Welcome to today's lesson. We are going to be inspired by this gorgeous bird, which, as I'm sure you know, is a flamingo. We're going to collect together collage materials. I have felt, I have bits of paper, and I'm going for as many pink tones as I can find because we are doing flamingos. If you don't have pink, don't worry, I have a solution. You'll also need watercolours and some water, some glue. Any glue is fine. I like squeezy glue, and a pencil so that you can draw out your flamingo. I've chosen a contrasting background for mine, but you can do yours on any colour paper you like. So we are going to make paper that is useful for flamingo. So I've got some old bits of white paper and I'm using a mix of my red mostly with a little bit of white, and I'm just making it messy and painting. I'm filling the paper with water. I've added in a little bit of yellow to make it a bit more peachy like flamingos can be. And now I'm getting my collage stuff going. I have bits of felt, bits of wiggly paper, all ready to go. Now we're going to learn to draw. You start off in the top third of your paper with a big question mark without a dot. And then you're going to make a little V upside down. That's where his beak's going to go. And it's a shape that gets fatter at the top where the V is and thinner at the bottom. It looks like a snake until we add the beak, which needs that little angle on it. What's important today is you take up all of your page, otherwise it will be fiddly and not so much fun to do. Two little lines on the beak and an eye shaped like an almond with just a little bit of a line inside, and you are ready. So I'm going to do mine on my best page because that was just me practicing. I'm going to sketch out my flamingo. And as you can see, I said I had this contrasting colour, and I've chosen a brown piece of paper. You can choose any background colour you like. If yours is white and you want to change it, then you can start adding colour to it before you start. Maybe paint it like I showed you to make your messy paper for the flamingo. And you can see that for the beak, I'm choosing all the light tones. Some are creamy and some are white, and I've got a little tiny bit of pale purple in there too, and you can see that I've ripped these teeny strands of black to do the lines on the beak. Now if you find that really fiddly and you can't tear your black paper, what you could do is either use some scissors or you could use a pen much later when it's really, really dry. So I've put on a white eye, but I wanted it to be yellow. So did you see me just add a little bit of paint to it? I'm going to leave that alone to dry for a few minutes while I start adding all the pink parts. So I have got lots of bits in creams and pinky pattern paper that I found, and the paper that I made, which I painted with while you were watching, and I'm adding all the different pieces and colours. I'm careful around the eye. Watch what I'm going to do. I want the eye to be outlined and I want the detail in the eye. So I've done that again with more black pieces that are small. This is a bit like the beak. If you can't do that, then you might want to wait until yours is dry and do it with a black pen. And now I'm nearly finished. Look, I'm adding in some of these little sparkles I found just for fun. And now I'm checking. And it's really important that you make sure it's exactly as you want to look. And I decided my beak didn't have enough of an angle. So I've just added a little bit more of an angle. And now I'm making some wet paint. I've mixed up some pinky colours and I'm just adding some splatters, and that's because I'm trying to add a little bit of dynamic to the painting, which means I want it to look like it's splashy and a little bit more vibrant than it is. So I'm adding this little splosh of colour by splattering. Now if you're doing this at home, put some newspaper down or it won't be very popular and it won't go all over everything on your table. So here you go. I cannot wait to see how yours turn out. Well done everyone.